Hey guys, it's Cashley. I'm inserting this because before I start this video, I just want to say, if anybody is watching this video with a negative mind or a negative heart or just anything negative, please exit the video now. I do not need any negativity, whether it's virtual or anything. I'm sharing this story so that women who may be going through the same thing can understand, or just so you know, my family and my friends who care can be informed about it. And also so that if you're going through anything and you just don't know what's going on, like I didn't for, I'm 25 weeks pregnant, so more than half of my pregnancy. If you just didn't know what was going on, then if you're just going through something in life and you don't know what's going on and you're looking for answers, I know it can be a weary time, because when I was going through this and I'm like, I know something's wrong, but I don't know what is wrong and I don't know what is causing it, and it could just cause a lot of confusion. And I just want you guys to know that in time you will find answers, in time you will find peace, and in time everything will woosah again. So enjoy my little pregnancy update. Thank you. Also, keep me in your prayers, okay? Every prayer counts. Every prayer counts. So this is obviously a pregnancy update. I am currently 25 weeks and 4 days. I'm doing this pregnancy update outside of Dominique's job, as you can see. Don't mind my lashes, okay? But yes, we just left the doctor not too long ago, and then we went to Chick-fil-A and got some food. But that's not what you guys came here for. I know you guys came here about the doctor's visit. So, little back history. If you watched my last pregnancy update, my 23-week one, I was having bleeding, and they said something about a separation between my amnion and my chorion. Now, what I'm going through is kind of different than just a separation from the amnion and chorion, because when I looked up information about that, everybody's story was kind of different, and everybody was like a lot of people said they had their babies early and things like that. My story was different because a lot of people said they weren't bleeding, but I was bleeding. And I posted my video on my Snapchat, and a friend from high school DM'd me and said like it could be a subchorionic hemorrhage. So when I went to my doctor's appointment, which was last week, my doctor said the same thing, but she was like, she doesn't know because she's not, she's never seen it, and I would need to go to a fetal specialist. So that's what I did today. I went to the fetal specialist. We spent a while in the ultrasound. Excuse me. We spent a while in the room getting the ultrasound done. Like, it was a long ultrasound. They had to take pictures of everything and look at everything. Y'all want the good news first or the bad news first? Okay, well, I'm gonna give you guys the good news first. So the good news is that the baby is healthy. The baby's measuring in the 70th percentile. The baby's about 2 pounds and something, around 2 pounds. And the baby's measuring at 26 weeks in a day. So about 4 days ahead. So the baby is perfectly healthy and fine. Now, the bad news is that it was more than just, he was like, now you possibly could have subchorionic hemorrhage as well, but the main concern and what's causing your bleeding. Oh, and let me tell you guys, today is Wednesday. Sunday night and Monday I was bleeding heavy. I normally didn't bleed through the day. I just bled at night and like spotted during the day, but I've been bleeding since Monday, and today is Wednesday. Last night, so Tuesday night, I had big clots okay? Big clots come out. I had about 3 big clots, and there's the clot, okay? It's big. Had big clots come out. Before I show you this image, you might want to skip ahead or whatever if you get grossed out easily. But I'm going to put up an image of the clot, okay? It's a blood clot. It's going to look like a blood clot. It's going to be gooey and nasty, okay? So here's the blood clot. I had about 3 of those, but I literally pulled it out the toilet because I wanted to see what it was myself. Because I like felt it and heard it go in the toilet. So when I picked it up, that was the one that I picked up. Now fast forward back to my appointment. So he said that possibly subchorionic hemorrhage could be a part of it, but the main concern is that there's a clot forming in between like the placenta and the membranes or whatever of the lining of, you know, the sacs, and it's causing placental abruption. So that's where the bleeding and the clots was coming from, and it's causing placenta abruption. So my placenta is partially detached, so that's why they were concerned about the baby getting the nutrients that it needs. And since my placenta is partially detached as well, they are also concerned with preterm labor and me having the baby early, which is probably gonna happen, you know. So he was just explaining. He explained a lot. He explained a lot about stuff that I looked up already, like, you know, problems that can happen with preemies. And so today they didn't get in contact with my doctor, which is why we had left, but we're probably gonna go back, and they want me to get 2 steroid shots. So the first one today, and then another one in 24 hours. So depending on how much I'm bleeding and things, they want to keep an eye on me for 24 hours. So I may have to stay at the hospital, or I may just have to come back tomorrow to get my second shot. It just depends on when they monitor me for a few hours, like how I'm looking and everything. So that is basically it. I feel like I'm all over the freaking place. I'm sorry guys, like my mind, this is my mind, okay? I'm literally all over the place right now. So yes, the steroid shots are to make sure like he's developing at the fastest rate that he can, so that if he is born early, he'll be able to breathe on his own faster and just be developing at a faster pace. Because when preemies are born, they go through a lot of things. They're gonna have to have a lot of surgeries, and this will just decrease the amounts of stress and the amounts of surgeries and the amounts of things that can possibly go wrong. This will help decrease it. So that's what those steroid shots are for. Now as far as the updates, I will be going in for ultrasound every 4 weeks. So yes, I get to see my baby more often, for a bad reason, but you got to take the good with the bad. So they're just going to keep an eye on that. And I just would like for everyone to pray for this baby to stay in as long as possible. Okay guys, so since I don't know anything about placental abruption, I did a little research, not a lot. I'm gonna go watch some more YouTube videos. But from the facts that I've heard, the cause of placental abruption is unknown. It's unknown. But there are risks there are things that increase your risk. So smoke is one of them. So basically, like when I clicked on smoke, you know, it just talks about nicotine and, you know, all the toxic things that are in cigarettes, for the main part. Now, if you smoke other things, I would just be careful as far as the like wrapper that you decide to use, if that makes sense. Also cocaine. So if you use cocaine, if you are a substance abuser, which I would hope not, like during pregnancy, but also if you're over the age of 35, for me, I would say the only thing that pretty much could have put me at risk was preeclampsia and hypertension. With my last child, I did have preeclampsia after I delivered her, so it's probably like right before I delivered her and after I delivered her, I had preeclampsia and high blood pressure. But I'm on medication now. In this pregnancy, they put me on baby aspirin to reduce that risk factor. But who knows, you know, that could still have been a risk, or it just could have happened. Now, placental abruption, it literally only happens in about 1% of pregnancies. So, like I said, it's rare. But it's rare, but it is something that, you know, many people have had. Now, I did say something about 15% of the time it can be fatal if you have like severe placental abruption. Right now, I'm only at a partial, so I just gotta chill out, you know, not do too much, do as least as possible, but I don't know. Do not too much. But yes, that was just for the people who you know, didn't feel like going to Google and needed a little bit of facts on placental abruption. To stay in as long as possible. I would definitely be sharing my journey because I know it's a lot of women out here that is going through this and doesn't know anybody personally that has went through it. So you all connect over the internet, and that's what I'm here to do, share my story, versus whether it's good, bad, ugly. I'm here to share my story because I just try to be as transparent as possible. So yes, guys, that is it. That is the update. If you have any questions, please comment them down below, and like, comment, subscribe to my channel to follow this journey. And that is all, guys. Bye. Hi, this is Cashley from the future. As you can see, yes, I'm in the hospital right now. You guys knew that I was coming here and getting my shot, and I will talk about that in my next video, so stay tuned. I just wanted to insert a few things in this video because I have done more research on placental abruption. I'll insert a few more pictures of things I decided to screenshot, and also wanted to answer a few questions I seen on someone else's video. Before I found out that this was placental abruption, my doctor had just only strictly put me on pelvic rest, and I just realized, like, every time I move a lot or anything, it could be anything that is just extra, doing laundry, I would bleed more. As far as my doctor putting me on bed rest, when that situation happened, the first time my doctor was just telling me to take it easy. My family is the most ones who's just like, chill, don't do nothing. And my doctor, when I told my doctor that I was bleeding, the first time when I had called, the nurse told me to just, for that weekend, do completely nothing. So be on bed rest for that entire weekend. So after that weekend, when I went in for my checkup, my doctor obviously didn't, like, she wasn't too sure of what it was, and she was telling me about that subchorionic hemorrhage stuff, and she didn't know what it was. So she basically was just like, you know, take it easy. She didn't tell me like I had to be on full rest like I was before. She was just like, take it easy. She put me on pelvic rest, so no sex. I was like, I'm gonna still try to rest as much as possible. So I decided to put myself on bed rest, quote unquote, because I still did a lot of stuff, as you can see in my stay at home mom video. It's on my page, I will link it down below. But yeah, I put myself on bed rest. So after this, of course, I figure that they're gonna put me on bed rest. And as many of you know, placental abruption does not heal itself. It does not heal, period. The placenta does not reattach, it's detached. So, you know, it's best to take it easy, because the more it detaches, the more harmful it is to the baby, and it can't be reversed. So I would definitely be staying on bed rest and staying as lazy as I can. So my best bet is just to chill out, relax. I have a feeling already that my baby will be born early, but I'm not really worried about that either, because I'm so far along. Yes, if it does happen at a bad time, you know, that could be dangerous, but I'm not really worried about that. Also, you know, some people, like going through the story, some people have actually died from placental abruption if it happens quickly. Like the mom can die too. I'm not really worried about that, because my faith is strong and I just don't think that's gonna happen to me. But, you know, I just would say, like, you know, keep me in your prayers. Like, people can die from anything. So I don't know, I just you kind of know when it's your time. I just don't feel like it's my time. So, and I know that I'm gonna be smart about how I move and operate. And I just, if you're going through this, I encourage you to be smart in how you operate, and just relax. You know, it's only for some months. Just relax. Only thing I am worried about is we're supposed to be moving soon, like while I'm pregnant. So, you know, I have to try my best to not help with that process, but that ain't what this video about. I'll talk to you guys about that later. Thank you for watching. Bye.